Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Kieran Trippier is pushing for a move to Manchester United, but Atletico Madrid won't drop their price. Atletico Madrid want 30 million for Trippier. Fabrizio Romano has come out and said that the Kieran Trippier situation is still quiet. He said we want to sort out Diego Dalot's future. Kieran Trippier expects any Man United move to materialise towards the end of the summer transfer window. Trippier arranged for his family to relocate back to Manchester. Man United already have a Kieran Trippier transfer agreement. Now, the other week it said that Atletico Madrid won't sell Kieran Trippier to Man United. But just before that, Neil Custis from The Sun said that Manchester United are close to signing Kieran Trippier for £18 million. We've already had 2 offers rejected for Trippier. We went in for him back in the January transfer window, but we cooled our interest because Trippier got banned by FIFA for 8 weeks for breaching betting rules. It'd be very beneficial if we could recommend him in, because Trippier is a right back and he would provide competition for Wan-Bissaka. He's highly experienced and he's well proven in the Premier League, which is also beneficial. Atletico Madrid paid 20 million for Trippier from Tottenham back in 2019. His current contract at Atletico Madrid expires next year. Now, will Manchester United sign Saul Niguez from Atletico Madrid? Now, Manchester United are in pole position to sign Niguez. Representatives of Saul Niguez have flown to the UK to hold talks with Manchester United and Liverpool. Atletico Madrid want between 35 million to 40 million for Niguez. Man United and Liverpool are going to table offers. We've identified Saul Niguez as a potential replacement for Pogbas. Saul Niguez has a gentleman's agreement in place with Atletico Madrid. I think he would exceed expectations in the Premier League. I think he'd fit in our team perfectly. Saul Niguez has been at Atletico Madrid since 2008, so he's been with them for a good 13 years or so, rising up their academy. He's made over 200 appearances in La Liga. He's got a contract with Atletico Madrid until 2026, because back in 2017 he signed a 9-year contract. Saul Niguez has a release clause of 128 million. But obviously Atletico Madrid are going to get nowhere near his release clause. Saul Niguez can be deployed as a central midfielder or a defensive midfielder. But yeah, Niguez wants to make a move to the Premier League. Solskjaer's priority now is to get a midfielder in. Woodward has sent a transfer warning to Solskjaer. He said that Solskjaer needs to ship players out to make more signings. Woodward has had a 16-year association with the club. Woodward is obviously leaving Manchester United. Woodward has obviously been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time, because obviously he's been accountable for how poor our recruitment policy was for such a long time, plus we've overpaid for players in recent years. And in general, Woodward hasn't made the right footballing decisions, but for me he shouldn't have been put in that position in the first place where he has to make the footballing decisions. But obviously Woodward has stood by Solskjaer. You know, even was enjoying them bad periods under Ollie, Woodward came out and assured that Solskjaer's job was safe, and came out and said that, you know, he's going to back him. I think Man United are going to make at least one more signing in this summer transfer window. Solskjaer did confirm more signings are coming. So reflecting on that, Man United are not yet finished in this summer transfer window. Solskjaer did say, didn't he, that he wants to make around 4 signings in this summer transfer window. Man United are enjoying a very good summer transfer window because Solskjaer is getting the players that he wants to recommend in. This summer transfer window is Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. We have spent almost £120 million in this summer transfer window so far, and we've made 3 signings. Brought Tom Eaton in on a free transfer from Aston Villa, brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund, and we brought Raphael Varane in from Real Madrid. By the way, like I mentioned on my last video, Man United may announce Raphael Varane's shirt number today. Fabrizio Romano said during the weekend that Varane is planning to fly to Manchester today. And he said he's medical and the deal will be done this week. Last Friday, Raphael Varane posted a farewell message to Real Madrid, but it got announced last Tuesday that Man United confirmed that they'd reached an agreement with Real Madrid to sign Raphael Varane. We've got him for around £43 million. You know, both clubs have agreed an initial £34 million fee, but rises up to £43 million with add-ons. Varane has agreed a 4-year contract with Man United. There is an option of a further year. So, there you go. But the Glazers are giving Solskjaer the backing he deserves. And like I've said to you, the Glazers have been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. Because a lot of United fans were demanding the Glazers out. A lot of United fans were protesting against the Glazers at Old Trafford towards the end of last season. I think the reason they're backing Solskjaer is because obviously there was planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League. What? What? Alright. Alright. And Solskjaer did reveal towards the end of last season that the Glazers apologised, but the Glazers have put Man United in so much debt. They've been at the club for a good 16 years or so. They purchased the club for 500 million back in 2005. On the 4th of June, which was earlier on this year, Joe Glazer attended a fans forum. His first attendance in 15-16 years, and he promised Manchester United supporters that Solskjaer would get the funds that are available. But just before the summer transfer window opened, he said Solskjaer had been given a 150 million transfer budget. The news on Paul Pogba. There's a new doubt about Paul Pogba's future. Man United are growing increasingly concerned that Pogba will not sign a new deal. Now, Mauricio Pochettino has been quizzed on Paul Pogba's transfer for Man United again. Pochettino plays down PSG's interest in Paul Pogba. It says PSG are the favourites to sign Paul Pogba. PSG have held talks with Pogba's representatives. It says PSG are willing to pay £45 million for Pogba, and not so long ago Pogba was discussing the personal terms with PSG. PSG want to partner Pogba alongside Wijnaldum in their midfield. At one point though, Pogba said he wanted to make a move to PSG. Mino Raiola has offered Liverpool the chance to sign Pogba this summer. Mino Raiola made Liverpool aware that Pogba could be signed this summer, but Liverpool responded to Mino Raiola, and Liverpool are not interested in getting him this summer but may consider going for him in January. Depends on his contract situation. I'm very sceptical that Pogba will go to Liverpool. But Pogba's had a long running transfer saga. He's also been linked to Real Madrid. He's been linked with his former club Juventus. He did enjoy 4 good years with Juventus before he rejoined Man United. He's been linked with Barcelona, and Inter Milan have been in for him before. It says Man United must pay 15 million in wages to Pogba to sell up. Sky Sports recently said that Paul Pogba can see a long-term future at Man United but may wait on the contract extension. Solskjaer, not so long ago, gave us an update on Pogba's contract situation. He said Man United remain in talks with Pogba's representatives over a new contract. Sky Sports said Pogba is increasingly unlikely to sign a new Man United contract, and Pogba did reject a new 50 million contract offer at Man United, so it said, reflecting on that, Pogba is set to leave. Pogba's current contract expires next year. Man United stars have been working hard to persuade Pogba to stay. But like I said, if we are to let him go, we've got to get a good adequate replacement for him, because Pogba is a good player. He produced his best performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season. At one point last season he was out with a thigh injury for a while. As it stands at the moment, Pogba's our most expensive signing because we paid £89 million for him, and he's endured 5 seasons at Man United since he rejoined. He's won 3 trophies at the club. Pogba endured a very difficult time under the Jose Mourinho era. Jose Mourinho didn't get on with any of the top players. And we had Pogba when he was a lot younger under Ferguson, but we had to let him go due to limited appearances. But the players I think should leave Man United in this summer transfer window is we've got to loan Brandon Williams out to gain him more experience and to get him a lot more opportunities. Because Williams is our third choice left back, he seldom plays for us. I think we've got to definitely offload Alex Telles. Telles has hardly played for us. Telles is our second choice left back, but when we got him last year, I expected him to be our first choice left back immediately. The reason we brought Telles in was to provide competition for Luke Shaw. Telles is set to miss the start of the season with an ankle injury that he sustained in training the other week. Phil Jones, I think Man United have definitely got to offload him. Jones hasn't played for us since January. He doesn't get in our 11, and Jones has always been inconsistent. He's the only outfield player that's still with us from the Ferguson era. But I don't think we're going to be offloading Jones now, reflecting on what Solskjaer's recently said regarding Jones. We have agreed to let Axel Tuanzebe go out on loan. I heard Newcastle want him. I think we want around 5 million to loan Tuanzebe out. He's a decent centre-half, Tuanzebe, but he hasn't played that much for Man United. He's played in these pre-season games. The best game I recall him having for Man United was PSG. Like I said, we've got to offload Delors. Don't we want around 4 or 5 million to loan Delors out, is it? He was out on loan with AC Milan last season. Andres Pereira, we've got to offload him. I heard that he's interested in making a move to Turkish side Fenerbahce. Andres Pereira was out on loan with Lazio last season. I think we've got to definitely offload Matic, but I don't think we're going to. I've got my strong reservations about Matic because he's always been a static player, plus he's ageing up. And he's not one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that, he still seems to get his chances. Matic has been with us 4 years. We got him for 40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. Donny van der Beek, I think we've also got to offload him. I think we also need to offload Anthony Martial, but I don't think we're going to in this summer transfer window. Martial's no longer good enough to represent the club. De Gea, I think we need to offload him, but I don't think we're going to. And Lingard is another player I think we've got to offload. Not long now until the new season starts. We play Leeds on the opening day at Old Trafford in just under 2 weeks. Going to be interesting to see how Solskjaer approaches that game against Leeds. I presume Varane and Sancho will be making their debuts in that game. Obviously, we have played 3 pre-season friendly games. Obviously, we've won 1, we've drawn 1, and we've lost 1. We've conceded 7 goals in 3 pre-season friendly games, which you can turn around and say is a concern. We were supposed to be playing Preston recently in a friendly, but it got called off due to the COVID. We've got 1 game left in pre-season, that's Everton on the 7th of August, which is this month. I told you I'm not bothered about pre-season, it's just building fitness levels up and it's preparing for the new season. But pre-season's beneficial for the youngsters because they get more opportunities in the game, more experience in that aspect as well. But, with the signings we've made, I'm expecting Man United to do well in the new season. And Solskjaer is aware of how big the new season's going to be for himself. Because Solskjaer has got big expectations to exceed. We know Solskjaer's ambition for the new season, and that's to win the Premier League. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. That's 8 years ago now. But obviously, these United fans that are sceptical we're going to win a title or anything under Solskjaer. But Solskjaer has to win a trophy in the new season. He's got to do. Because he's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager, and we haven't won a trophy since 2017, which is 4 years or so ago now, and that's nowhere near good enough to our standards. You know, the new season will be Solskjaer's third full season as Man United manager. Yeah, Solskjaer has been in charge of Man United now for almost 3 years. Not so long ago, Solskjaer signed a new contract at the club until 2024. There's an option of a further year. A lot of United fans were unhappy with us giving Solskjaer this new contract because he won't see out this new contract. I think Solskjaer had under a year left, didn't he, on the current 3-year contract he signed when he got the job permanently back in March 2019. Solskjaer is not the long-term manager for Manchester United, and I think a lot of United fans will agree with me on that aspect. There's United fans that are Ollie in, there's also United fans that are Ollie out. I've criticised Solskjaer a lot during his managerial tenure at Man United. But I think he's learnt a few different things on the job, you know, reflecting how long he's been at Man United. Obviously, Ollie hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager. Hasn't really won much. When he was at Molde, he won a few Norwegian titles and that. He enjoyed 2 spells at Molde, and before then he was at Cardiff, and his record at Cardiff was terrible. He only enjoyed a short tenure with Cardiff. But whatever happens regarding Solskjaer, we will always adore him because at the end of the day, he's a club legend. He enjoyed 11 years as a player for Man United. He flourished under Ferguson's guidance. You know, Ollie knew when he taken over at Man United it was going to be a massive job, despite him knowing the club through thick and thin, and he knew he had a lot to do when he came in. Ollie has signed 13 players now at Manchester United, and in total I think he spent just over £400 million. He's enjoyed 4 full transfer windows, but now he's enjoying his 5th transfer window. Ollie's got rid of a lot of players as well since he's come in. You know, Ollie's got us to like semi-finals, got us to the quarter-final of the FA Cup last season, got us to the Europa League final last season. That was Solskjaer's first major final as Man United manager. Got us 2nd place finish last season. His first full season got us a 3rd place finish. I like the way Solskjaer develops the youth. He's more or less giving everybody their chances to express themselves, including the young players. But you know what? I didn't expect Solskjaer to do as well as he has done, so in that aspect I am shocked. You know, you got to say he's done a good job to say the current squad he was left with when he got appointed in as Man United manager. Solskjaer is our best manager since Ferguson, that's my opinion. He's our 4th permanent manager since Ferguson. Because since Ferguson we sacked David Moyes, we sacked Louis van Gaal after 2 years despite him winning the FA Cup, and we sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years. Mourinho enjoyed 1 good season at Man United because he won the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield. Also got us a 2nd place finish in his first season. So yeah. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.